What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news each and every day. I'm Drew Bosley, that's Scott Savage, and you can join us at InsideTheGame.ca, our YouTube channel, Inside the Game Official, our Fast channel over at Rad TV, those beautiful TV streaming platforms around the globe. I'm talking about Roku, Amazon Prime, Jinx Esports TV, ESTV, and a whole lot more. But maybe, just maybe, video's not your thing. You want that download for the audio, just so we can hear us in your earbuds. Well, thanks to our friends at Fired Up Network, we can get you covered. 212 platforms like Spotify and a whole lot more. You can download us each and every day. Scott, man, that's a list. What's on our list today of topics that we're talking about for the Daily Show?
Quite a list there as well. We have the next Halo game potentially in development. I'm excited. We have King Kong and its early reception, perhaps less exciting. Payday 3 has had a patch delayed yet again. PlayStation Plus October update is here, and it looks pretty good by my estimate. We have Phasmophobia's console release being delayed once more. Will it ever see the light of day?
Maybe someday, but for now, let's talk about it. It's Halo. What's up next for Halo? Well, let's find out. Scott, this should come as no surprise, dude. Next Halo game in development, reports claim. Grant Taylor Halo over at Insider Gaming. It has been claimed that 343 Industries is actively working on the next Halo campaign, and that a pivot away from Halo Infinite is taking place as we speak.
Dude, oh no, but Halo Infinite is the best Halo ever.
No. Actually, but it has made a comeback, right? It has turned itself around. We even found ourselves in it last week, which I never saw coming. So there is that. It has gotten better, as we will put it. For months, those still clinging tightly to 2021's. Dude, I can't believe the game's 2 years old now. Halo Infinite has been holding out hope that some kind of expansion will be offered up for the game's campaign. But as the time goes on, that seems less and less likely. These reports come from the SG Bitcast, a gaming podcast hosted by Seasoned Gaming, and this specific tidbit of information was handed down by the site's editor-in-chief, Ains. When asked about the series, Ains stated that there is a team actively working on the restructure that is building the next generation of Halo on Unreal. Pretty exciting there. At the start of 2023, there were concerns regarding the future of Halo, especially amidst layoffs at Microsoft that impacted 343 Industries. Fans were reassured that Halo isn't going anywhere, but at present, nobody knows what's next for the series. Over time, the player count ebbs and flows. Halo Infinite keeps getting updated, and even the esports side of the series is plugging away in the background. Scott, where your hopes lie right now? 343 still plugging away on Halo Infinite, but sounds like we're on the downside of that, and a new game is in development.
Oh, that is natural for the cycle of progress.
Sure.
But I'm not certain if I'm ready to see 343 jump into another project, given the state of Halo Infinite. Although, as you said, it really has been fixed. It is becoming a success story of how not to launch a title, but how to correctly fix it up. So I'm torn on this, really. I think 343 is learning what it will take to keep Halo going on into the future, because things are changing a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But I really wish we could have seen that kind of tested out a little bit more with campaign DLC. Campaign expansions were supposed to be a part of the rollout of new DLC as time goes on, but all of that had to be scrapped in an effort to save the ship. So I'm hoping that this kind of has been a ginormous learning event for everybody involved, as every release really ought to be.
Yeah.
But I hope that informs the development of the next one. But what are we going to call the next one? Halo Infinite 2?
No, they're not. Did they just call it Halo?
Well, you could call it Halo Reclaimer, Redeemer. These are all words that are used in the campaign to describe the Master Chief. So It could really just be Halo Demon and go really off the rails.
What if they just took a break from Halo, Scott? Like, obviously, it sounds like the next Halo is in development, but after coming off of Infinite and the departure of piecemealing the game out versus what we used to have as a full, complete package, they've definitely learned some how not to launch a game. Over the last couple years, dude, it has been a cycle of let's launch and then take 2 years to fix the game, right? We've seen this now for the last couple years, game after game after game being brought out and then having to be fixed. Dude, City Skylines 2 is about to come out with a warning attached to it saying, keep your expectations low. I was like, yo, so here we go again. What, in another 2 years, the game is going to be finished where it's supposed to be? This kind of gives me a little bit concerning going into the future of where Halo is, because Halo came out and when it dropped multiplayer, people were pumped. Felt like home, right? Everybody loved it. But that was it. There's multiplayer. And then after, we got the campaign, no Forge, no co-op, right? All these other things missing from the game. And it takes years, it feels like, to finally get to a stable position to say, yep, the game is now where it should be. Shouldn't that be when the game launches is where it should be?
Yeah, are we really that ancient now that we both recall games working on day one? Because it's a worrying trend now that the whole industry launches in this manner, and it's awful. We don't need a Halo yearly release. That's never been how it works. So that's okay. Take some time. Let it finish in development before it comes out. But I think we will see, actually, on that idea, we will see a split release for Halo going forward.
Oh, man.
Which is okay with me as long as that is well communicated. We know this year we're getting multiplayer Halo.
Sure.
Okay. Everything lands, this all works fine, hopefully, and that's great. Next year we get campaign Halo, but we need to meet these deadlines now. We can't have those launching into early access.
Oh, man, I don't know. The future of Halo is definitely a little concerning. It was one of Xbox's biggest franchise, right? One of the biggest franchises they've ever had. That when I started playing on Xbox so long ago, it was literally Halo and Fable for me, right? Like those were the two entries to get in. People, when you mention Xbox, automatically mention Halo. It's not the same anymore.
Wasn't Sam Fisher one of the flagship mascots for Xbox? Do I recall that correctly? It was.
Yep, Conviction. Conviction was it Conviction? Oh, now you got me wondering. No, Double Agent. One of them was exclusive. I want to say it was Conviction.
Oh,
it was Conviction. That was exclusive to the platform, which was my entry into Xbox because I'm a huge Sam Fisher fan. Love Splinter Cell, and when I was playing on PC, I went to console, and then the only way I could get the next console iteration of Splinter Cell was to go with Xbox, and that's where I got my Xbox 360 at the time. Played the crap out of Conviction. Dude, it was wow. I loved that game. Little up and down for some people I know, but for me, I loved it. We're definitely overdue for a new one. We always talk about that, but that was the draw. That Halo, and then I'm like, well, now I can play Halo, and now I can play Fable. So, but nowadays, today's standard of 2023, when you mention Xbox, do you really think Halo anymore, Scott?
No, at this point now, moving forward, it's all Starfield.
Ooh, well, that's not a bad game either. What can you say?
Not a bad place to land.
That's definitely not. But we'll see. We'll keep our ears close to the ground because we definitely want to know what's happening more over at 343. Halo isn't going to go anywhere, apparently. Scott, one of the worst games we've had this year is a title called Gollum. Well, apparently,
your favorite.
Yeah, oh man, it was not good. Steve and I reviewed it. You should definitely check out that review.
That was a fun review to watch.
But Gollum has been redeemed as a new $50 King Kong game being called a complete scam. This is Andy Robinson over at VGC. Oh, this hurts. A new King Kong game has gone viral due to its unusually poor graphics, with one player labeling it a complete scam. Skull Island Rise of Kong was released for consoles and PC on Tuesday, and, well, it's quickly gone to social media filled with videos highlighting the shoddy presentation, which at certain points appear to be incomplete. One clip, which had been liked over 30,000 times on Twitter, shows a cutscene in which the developer appears to have inserted a static image in place of incomplete animation. Oh my goodness. Why? What is this, man? Another shared by King Kong fan account shows a combat scene that user calls low effort shovelware. Gollum redeemed, wrote one Reset Era user. Just like, okay, so here's the thing. Stay the heck away from this game. Oh. Scott, why are we getting games like this today?
Oh, I can't believe it. We talk about Halo and how it releases in an awful state, and that's strange and a problem of its own. But
Yeah.
to have a brand new, I don't know if anybody was waiting, burning for this one to drop. It had to drop on Tuesday. I'm sure this could have been delayed. And it's interesting. You have one little issue in your game, and it will go around the world before you can do anything about it.
Yeah, it is interesting. We had a press release come in about the game announcement. I'm like, oh, cool. A new King Kong game. Like, we haven't seen King Kong game since, like, Peter Jackson back in the day in, like, PS2, right? Like, dude, this
was that 2005? That was an excellent game.
Man, that was so long ago. So I'm like, all right, cool. Here we are. It's 2023. High expectations now, right? Dude, the fur physics. Yo, you should see this game. There's no, oh, man. Woohoo. Fur, not even possible here. This has been, so here's the thing. Game dropped Tuesday. Never saw a press release announcing the game's arrival whatsoever, right? The fact that it is out yesterday never even surfaced in my inbox. I'm like, that's not a good sign. I didn't even know the game dropped until this went out. And this is just, man, it hurts because what's that do to King Kong? People have been following, looking for probably something new. I know I was kind of interested until I saw what they were putting together. I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's going to go well. Then sure enough, is now considered to be a complete scam, beating out the rights of Gollum, which I believe I gave a 1.
Oh.
So
yeah, that was probably one of the worst games we've seen in memorable history, and this this challenging that is not good for anybody.
No,
I feel bad for the developers that have worked on this. It took hours of somebody's time.
Yep,
and to see this just not finished before it flops out is awful.
It's just somebody's taken the time and effort to create this thing, right? And I like the art style was definitely a different take than I would prefer, but I thought maybe they were going something, but it just wasn't polished or ready yet. Clearly it sounds like the game's not ready. Dude, I don't think 2 years can fix this game, right? I think it's just out now, and this will die, and then by next week it'll just be forgotten, which is a heartbreak when you spend all this time creating a game. Definitely curious to see what the future looks like for King Kong. Do we get another Peter Jackson game? Because maybe that's the way to go.
Oh, I think we just have to fight Godzilla as King Kong. It's the only way it's going to endure.
Scott, well, it looks like the troubles continue, buddy. Payday 3 long-awaited first patch is delayed again. Please bear with us.
Oh.
Tyler Culp over at PC Gamer. Man, this hurts. Another one, right? Here we go again. What is with today, man? Almost a month after Payday 3's disastrous launch, its highly anticipated first patch, which is said to include over 200 quality of life improvements, has been delayed a second time with no estimated release date. Quote, "We're sorry for the lack of communication regarding the first patch," end quote. Starbreeze community and influencer manager Elizabeth Alvastad wrote to the game's Discord. Quote, "We have identified some issues that need to be fixed before we can bring it to you, but rest assured that this is the main priority for our teams. We're spending additional time revamping our patching process to ensure that we can have a steady cadence and momentum with patches going forward. We are careful and giving you an ETA. We are careful," that's what it says, "with giving you an ETA right now, as we want to make sure we can deliver before we do so. Please bear with us. The patch and more news are coming," end quote. Scott, dude, again, right? Here's another game on launch day, doesn't work. Waiting what, another year before this is actually to the purpose and the point of where it should be? Oh man, what is happening?
And a big esteemed IP like Payday can't land it. It seems that today no company is able to land a proper launch of any game. And
Nope.
Payday, I thought, was something that was well established, well understood. From Payday 2 had enjoyed incredibly long support.
Yeah.
And it sounds like now they're still building some of the logistical avenues to bring updates. It sounds like this is something that should have been done before the game was even halfway done.
So the game launched, and I was ecstatic. I'm like, I can't wait to get in. Dude, we never got in. Right? Like the matchmaking, the invite system was abysmal, to say the least. And so they went in, Starbreeze went in, fixed that, made it quite simple now, actually, in the way which I anticipated to work in the first place. So that was super simple. We're on Xbox, we just invite the party, boom, everybody jumps in. We're all set, ready to go. Dude, it wasn't like that on day one. Weird.
We don't disconnect at the end of the match automatically anymore, do we? They solved that at least?
I think so, yeah. Because, yeah, we no sooner finished up our round, go to jump back into the next one, and we all had to party up again. So they've been able to fix the matchmaking portion of it, which is fantastic. But at the end of the day, there's still issues concerning this. Day one patch, or the next patch anyways, isn't coming on time. More issues have arose, and it just becomes more headaches, not only for Starbreeze, but for players who are trying to enjoy the game, right? Dude, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, another Payday game. I never got into Payday 2 because I didn't have a crew to roll with. I have a crew to roll with. We can't get in, right? And it's like, I'm broken down because of it. I just want to play and experience heisting. Yo, stealth is so tough, but we're able to start pulling away and figuring things out. And, you know, you kind of break the system down in order to get yourself into wherever. We were doing like, what was it, a jewelry store? And we were getting in there stealthily. And I'm like, yo, this is incredible. And then chaos arose and then other issues came up. But for what I saw as of late, it seems pretty solid, pretty well fixed for the most part. So I'm curious what other patches and things they're looking to update to make it easier to get into, friendlier to work, and just a better process. But 200 quality of life improvements is a pretty big patch, and I definitely want to read the actual patch notes to see what else is coming, what else can we expect. I know they have a long roadmap for the game, which has me excited, thinking longevity wise that we are going to be in here for a long time, because like you said, Payday 2, 10 years, dude. It was there for a long time. It was like 10 years. Yeah, exactly. So if we can do that with Payday 3, get new heists, new operators, or whatever they're calling them, right? That'd be a blast to play. But yeah, just still continued issues, and just, man, why, Scott?
I do appreciate the open, forthcoming nature of this. There's somebody who is talking about this. Hey, we didn't want to put a date on it because what if that fails? Then nobody will ever look at Payday ever again. But this, we still don't know when this is going to be patched, and if this patch will rectify all the issues. I'm sure there'll be more after that. There usually are. But how long is that going to take? And then in a couple months, are we going to come back? Is it too late by then? Is Payday already gone and we're on to the next one? So it's really unfortunate. Payday was not the Payday it was meant to be.
No, for sure. Even Reddit users are posting, quote, I'm sure they'll make the game better and more successful like they did with Payday 2, but they're building themselves their own hill to climb, end quote. Right there, Scott, like there's the community's mentality of where the game is at. That's not a good thing at all, right? Which is just tough, because if it would have came out strong on day one, we'd still be probably playing day and day and having a great time and talking about it in a different light. But once again, here's another game that launches and just doesn't launch to expectations. Scott, we talked about Game Pass games coming in October. Now it's the PlayStation Plus time. That's right. October's PlayStation Plus game catalog and classic titles are now available. Here's what's going on. Time Ivan over at VGC. Unlike October's PlayStation Plus Essential games, which are available for all subscribers to claim, game catalogs, downloadable PS4 and PS5 titles are only available for extra and premium tier members. This month's editions, which are listed just below here, include Gotham Knights. Dude, I did not like Gotham Knights.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, right? It was one of those, man, I really wanted to like Gotham Knights, and it just didn't hit. That is not the Batman Arkham games we've been known to love.
No, it pulled a little bit of my interest too, but I wasn't able to put time on, and it sounds like I missed out.
I don't think you missed out on anything. From there, we're also getting Alien Isolation, which is a fantastic game, Dead Island Definitive Edition, Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, and Far Changing Tides. PlayStation Plus Premium also offers a selection of PS1, PS2, and PSP games to download, and PS3 games via the cloud streaming. October's additions to the classic catalog are Tekken 6, Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, Ape Escape Academy, and IQ Final. Here's the final list. PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games. Gotham Knights, Disco Elysium, The Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes, Alien Isolation, Dead Island Definitive Edition, Outlast 2. Dude, there's a collection right for October, isn't it?
Absolutely. Outlast 2 and Alien Isolation. That's enough to keep you jumping in your seat all the way past Halloween.
And we're also getting Elite Dangerous, Far Changing Tides, as I've mentioned, Gungrave, Eldest Souls Roki as well. And then PlayStation Plus Premium Classics, Tekken 6, Soul Calibur, Apescape Academy, and IQ Final once again. So there you go, some PlayStation Plus games coming to your catalog for the month of October.
That sounds like a very strong lineup. I certainly approve.
Absolutely.
To keep it rolling in a great mood today, we have Phasmophobia's console release has been delayed again until an undisclosed date. This comes from Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming, giving us more. Kinetic Games has announced that the console release of Phasmophobia has been delayed until an undisclosed date. The news came via the developer's update blog, which states that the team needed to rework the Maple Lodge campsite with a completely new layout, which is a time-consuming process. No doubt that's interesting if you are a fan. The map will change. However, the blog reads, quote, "While we had hoped to present you with a special launch alongside the Halloween event, the complexity of our current challenges means we need more time. We will keep you updated on our progress and provide a revised release date as soon as we have more information to share. We are working diligently to minimize the impact of this delay, and we want to express our sincere gratitude for your continued support." Quote ends. Phasmophobia was scheduled to launch on the Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5 on September 18th, which is now long and gone. That was previously delayed until today's date, but that was due to an office fire. Now it has been pushed even further, given the complications. If you're a Phasmophobia fan, this has to hurt, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. You know what? Out of today's show, though, there's one thing that's in common with every topic on today's show. Video games are hard to make. Dude, straight up, right? It just seems to be tough. There is just one problem after another lately, and it doesn't seem to be any different for Kinetic Games either, as they're trying to get the game done and just can't seem to do it in a timely manner to hit the October Halloween window, right? When a game like Phasmophobia, dude, this is the season, man. This is where you shine, right? But it's a heartbreaker for fans and a heartbreaker for the team too, I'm sure.
It's better than dropping it out unfinished, however, after that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Scott, just like yesterday's list, it's another long list of games out today. What are we playing?
We have Acres on PC, The Troop PC as well, Sea of Survivors on PC, Cafe Owner Simulator, now on the Xbox One and X. I know you're a fan of cats. Stands out to me. Ball Lab 2 is now on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, X and S, and the Switch. Hellboy, Web of Weird was delayed, but is now released on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and the Switch. Kona 2, Broom is on PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and the Switch. Life of Delta is on PC, Mac, Linux, you don't see them often, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and the Switch.
And there you go. And just like that, everybody, that'll wrap up today's show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news each and every day, Monday to Friday. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott.
And we'll see you inside the game.